走り出せ走り出せ空高く鳩と差し
Hi guys, it's Wasabi Fold here with another One Piece video for you, and today I'm going to be bringing to you guys my second installment of the Blackbeard versus Straw Hat series that I started the other day with my Sanji versus Burgess matchup that I believe could happen in the story. Now I'm going to bring another one of the theoretical matchups that I feel most strongly about, and that is Brooke versus Laffitte. I know a lot of people like to peg Laffitte against Nami because they're both navigators, but I think this is the completely wrong approach. Just the concept alone just doesn't seem to work when you consider how similar both Brooke and Laffitte are. It's not only uncanny, it can't be a coincidence. Because here you have two characters from both crews who are both tall, they're both slender, they both wear top hats, they both have canes, which we know are cane swords. They both seem to be musically inclined. Brooke with his singing, violin playing, and piano playing, and Laffitte with his tap dancing. And they both have the ability to hypnotize people. And I think they both do it the same way. I think Brooke uses his music to hypnotize, and I think Laffitte also uses his music / tap dancing to hypnotize. So really, you have so many similarities between these two characters, and yet Oda would make them fight. Oda would make Laffitte fight Nami. Don't see it. I just don't see it. So in my opinion, who Laffitte will fight is Brooke. But I think the connections between the two of them go even deeper, and I think it all leads to one clue about what Laffitte's devil fruit could actually be. Now, I've already done the theory on Brooke and how he may represent underworld-like powers more towards the spiritual side of One Piece, controlling of life and whatnot. If you want to go and see that, you can go and check that out here. There's going to be a link and an annotation. But what's really interesting, for me at least, is that Laffitte is called the Demon Sheriff. Let me start there. Okay, and what is really a demon? In Christian lore, a demon is really what they called fallen angels. And that kind of goes into Laffitte's entire theme, you know. He's a fallen angel. He's supposed to be a law enforcer, but yet his brutal tactics that he used on criminals was just far too much, too severe. So he kind of fell from grace. And I believe that when we saw Laffitte with the wings, the white angel wings, as they were going in to impel down, you know, there were several good ideas that what his fruit could be, but I think honestly the obvious answer really is the correct one. I believe that Laffitte's fruit is the Hito Hito no Mi model angel, a mythical zone of the human class. Another one, just like Sengoku has the Hito Hito no Mi model Great Buddha, I believe that Laffitte also has a fruit that is of the mythical human class. And there's several reasons for this. First of all, we saw him floating outside Impel Down with those white wings, but he wasn't transformed in any way that would make you think he was an animal. You know, we've seen the half in between form for Pell. We've seen the full transformed form. We've seen, you know, characters who have had flying fruits and how, when they're transformed, how they look. And it just seems odd that Laffitte would transform into, I guess we can assume, his in-between state, and yet, you know, only have wings. That's the only visible change about him. If for instance his legs had changed into claws, I guess we could say that he was a bird of some kind. But I don't think he's a bird at all, because he clearly did not have any other body changes when he was floating behind Blackbeard. And there's several things that he could be. Don't get me wrong. The white mythical wings are definitely represented throughout mythology a lot. It's not just angels, they're used for things like sirens. There's good theories out there that talk about him potentially being a siren, but since I lean towards the side of him using his musical skills to hypnotize people and not having it granted to him by some devil fruit, I really do lean that he would be an angel above a siren, and there's several reasons for that. Angel just creates such a great duality between him and Brooke. Him being from supposedly heaven and Brooke being from hell, and the two of them fighting. I think that creates such a cool theme around their fight. And it also adds the fact that Laffitte would be able to somehow maybe interact with, some of the spiritual side of the world that Brook will be controlling. It would be interesting to see someone who can attack Brook on his own level. And of course, angels have a lot of really cool abilities. Different mythologies say different things. But for the most part, every mythology kind of settles on that angels are a stronger brand of creature than humans. They're stronger, they're faster, they're immortal. They can, they're a tougher being. They're not like you can kill an angel. It would make a lot of sense for someone like Brooke, who was granted another life, to face another supposed potential immortal in the series. And angels are also said to be able to go incorporeal. If we don't know what that is, that just means that they can exist in a state where their body isn't there. They can transcend between the two worlds. It sounds a lot like Brook, when he can leave his body as a soul. Laffitte might be able to turn his body soul-like in a way and maybe still interact with Brook. There are a lot of cool possibilities, and the correct definition of what an angel can or cannot do is not fully defined, but there are a lot of cool things that stand out in my research that point to Laffitte and having the angel power being a really nice balance or counterbalance to Brook's abilities, and that their fight would be very, very interesting. Two people who have very similar skill sets, sword fighting, underworld / heavenly powers, and then musical talent as well. And I just think that they're the perfect match. So that's my matchup. Laffitte versus Brook. The Demon Sheriff versus the Soul King, the Underworld King, whatever Brook is going to be called at the end. I believe that this matchup is one of the strongest that I can potentially match. I really do believe that this is going to be the matchup. I don't see Laffitte fighting anyone else. So that's my theory. What do you guys think? Thank you for listening. And this is Wasabi Fold signing out. The next one in the series, just for something for you guys to look forward to, is going to be Chopper. Tony Chopper. So that's that. Have a nice day.